Hey, what's doing everybody? My name is Tim, and this is the first episode of the Sound Down Under, where we present to you our unique discoveries in the art and entertainment industry in Australia. Now today, we are joined by a very, very crafty individual. He is a unique specimen. He's a rapper, he's a producer, he's a writer, he's a singer, and today, you get to see him whip it in the kitchen as a cook. I present to you Johnny From the Burbs, who's just released a new mixtape called BRADENTON, and it is out now on all social media and digital platforms. Please welcome Johnny From the Burbs.
Hello.
He's just released a new mixtape. It's called BRADENTON, which is out now on all digital platforms. And today in this episode, we're going to be talking about his latest release and while we attempt to cook, really. But before we go, Johnny, tell the people what we're going to be cooking, man.
So I'm half Italian, for anybody who didn't know. One of my favorite dishes and one of my girlfriend's favorite dishes is spaghetti bolognese. So that's what we're hitting up today. And let's just get straight into it, man.
Easy.
Let's just get straight into it.
So your name, Johnny From the Burbs. What is
Yes.
the genesis of that name, man?
Yes, I am Johnny From the Burbs. If you guys hadn't noticed, we're living in the Burbs right now. These are the suburbs of Western Sydney, kind of like the Hills District. And that's only a small part of where my name comes from. My name actually also has two other factors. The song Jenny From the Block was an influence. Johnny From the Burbs, Jenny From the Block. And you also got the movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks in it. It's 1989. I saw all those three factors put together and I was like, that's it, I've got a name. And I've always tried to find myself, how can you say, like a stage name, and it always comes out shit. Like, this was the only one that I thought fucking stuck. So I was like, yeah, let's do that.
Growing up in Western Sydney,
Yeah.
despite the stigma and like the bad reputation, do you disagree with what the critics and the media depict Western Sydney as, and why?
Do I disagree? 100% I disagree, man. Like, what's shown in the media is usually, look, we don't really have violence, gun violence, the same way they do in America, which is, we have to thank God for that. But we do have a negative stigma attached to us, and that could be from maybe further out west, because the Hills District is pretty affluent, but you go out further, just past Blacktown, and you've got lower socio-economic areas, people struggling on welfare and stuff like that. And yeah, it does have a pretty negative stigma, but the music that we're getting out from a place like this is just unbelievable. You've got so many inspired creatives, and I like to think that I'm trying to help the scene, but I've only been in it for a little time. So.
What are you up to now?
Just sauteing the onions, man. Sauteing the onions. I'm gonna chuck all this on there. Usually I would put garlic in there as well, but I don't have any garlic at the moment. What I like to do is this is a technique that I was taught from one of my friends who's a chef at Jamie's in the city, and I would usually mix it all together. But what he's done is he's grabbed it like this, just pushed it in as one big glob, and then that way, once everything comes together, it's not separated, it's more like little tiny meatballs, which I like, because I like my meat to be thick.
Can't wait to eat it, man. So like lyrically and sonically, the previous tape, Springtime Sorrows, you released is like totally different and worlds apart from like this one, BRADENTON and Springtime Sorrows. What makes it so different?
It is worlds apart. I think, so the genesis of the whole Johnny From the Burbs project, I was struggling musically because I had just come out of my band, my long-time band Unda Cover. I had one of my friends had moved back to overseas, and we were living together for a long time, and I struggled to keep myself busy. I started making my beats and I started writing down some lyrics, and I find that the lyrics and the beats that I was making for Springtime Sorrows, bar a couple songs for anyone who's heard it, but the lyrics and the beats that I was making at that time were a little bit darker and a little bit more introspective, whereas on BRADENTON I wanted to get a little bit more, I don't want to use the word technical, but creative. I wanted to get a little bit more creative, so I'm getting beats like Daisy, the second track. I was listening to a lot of Tyler the Creator, a lot of Flower Boy, so I was like, let's get it in fancy blocks, marimbas, nice synths.
What if my head in the gutter stomp that shit's like a grape, red wine pouring out, so the carpet matched the drapes. What if that's too dark, so this music never plays on the radio, on the stereo?
Specifically for that track, I was like, this is such a happy song, I don't want to make the lyrics so happy. I want to make the lyrics, and if anyone listens to it, the lyrics are about what's the worst fucking thing that could happen to me. The lyrics literally start off from the verses about me getting my head curb stomped in the ground. So you know what I mean? Like,
That's pretty heavy, bro.
I'm trying to just do something different. But in terms of the rest of the album and the lyrics, I just wanted to spark some conversation about my life, the area I'm from, the things that I believe in, and I feel like I've done a better job on with that on this album than I did on the last mixtape.
Yeah.
So I think it gives a better representation of who I am as a person rather than just these deep, dark lyrics that not necessarily resonate with me now. They still hold a spot with me because that represents the time that I was going through at that time. But now I'm ready to move on from that and start getting more creative.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but Johnny he is from like a heavy metal background. So he used to be like a lead singer in a heavy metal band, and then like he switched to hip hop.
Yeah, very.
So why the switch to hip hop, man? It's like
very polarizing.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. I think so. I was a big heavy metal kid when I was growing up. I think from about the ages of 16, I was dead set into heavy metal. Like if you'd asked me today if you'd asked me back then if I was doing hip hop now, I would have laughed. You know what I mean?
You would have laughed?
I definitely would have laughed because I was one of those heavy metal kids who was like, I don't want to listen to hip hop. I don't want to listen to Kanye West.
You're just stuck in that little...
Stuck in the circle, stuck in this elitist circle. Kanye West is the one who got me into hip hop. I listened to Yeezus in 2016 and early 2016 and legit, it changed my life. I was like, this thing is slapping, man. This thing is actually a killer album. And just from there, I just kept getting deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. I listened to Pimp a Butterfly, I listened to Coloring Book. I think Frank Ocean's Blonde was what really cemented me into hip hop and urban and R&B music completely. And by that point, I was already making beats. But come halfway through last year,
yeah, bro.
I was rapping on them.
So you said that the song, what was the song that like exactly converted you to hip hop?
The song that converted me to hip hop, it's off Yeezus. It was New Slaves. I fucking love New Slaves, bro. It is one of the catchiest shit. Daft Punk's half produced it. He's got that mad beat switch up in the middle where he brings in that sample from that 70s prog band, and it's just a killer.
Hate at me, want me to stay at ease. I'm king with your corporation, young can't control me. I know that.
So I've just cooked the meat. That's getting in there nice. Getting all the flavor from the onions and the carrots. I'm just about to put some peas in. They're frozen. I don't want too much water to get into there, but not really a choice.
Who are your top 3 influences at the moment? Doesn't have to be
at the moment.
It doesn't have to be music related.
Okay.
It can be anybody.
Top 3 influences at the moment. That's a good question. Tyler the Creator, Kanye West, always in there. Elon Musk. I fucking love Elon Musk. I shout him out 2 times on the album. Do you know who Elon Musk is?
Yeah.
He's the
creator of
Tesla, co-creator of
yep.
PayPal, creator of SpaceX. He's just a genius, man, and he's doing so much for
Why
this
do you
world.
like him so much?
He's doing so much for the world. He's an innovator. He's a genius, man. I love space. I love the idea of a fully electric car. It's a sports car too, so you can't go wrong with it. And I just overall think he's a funny dude, like completely being honest. He's got so many goals that he's already achieved so much and he wants to keep achieving, and I like that mindset.
You were speaking about the States. So you recently just came back from there.
I did come back from the States.
And you shot a music video in New York as well.
I did shoot a music video.
How does it feel to be like amongst history and walking on those pavements, man? And shooting a video there?
It's fucking weird. So I got the idea from 2 people. I got the idea from Ski Mask, the Slump God. You know who Ski Mask is? He has a sick song called Catch Me Outside, and the video is shot by Cole Bennett, who's just this rising hip-hop director going around doing music videos. But they shot a music video in Times Square, and it's just sick. It's just him walking around, being with the people. And so I got the idea from that, and I was like, fuck it. iPhone 10, let's go. Tom filmed it, walked around New York, and we're like, yeah, let's do that.
Did you gain much from going to the States?
I gained a lot. A lot.
What did you gain, man?
Maybe not so much musically, but I gained a lot of perspective. The States is very different, but it's also very much the same. So like real big parallels between the two, the big differences were culturally. You can see a lot of culture differences. Like you'll be out in New York and there's so many homeless people. The place smells like fucking weed. You cannot.
A lot of people say that, eh?
It just smells like straight weed. It's so funny. Everyone around you. New York was the big culture shock for me, honestly, because because while it's like Sydney, it's nothing like Sydney. It's a billion times denser, a billion times bigger. There's a story on every corner, and I wanted to try to do that in my music video for Elon.
Who are some Aussie artists or people that you see making noise in like the next year or so.
Kwame. 100% Kwame.
Yeah.
Kwame's doing good. He's from this area. He actually went to Castle Hill High, which is the closest school to where I went to. I went to Gilroy.
He's popping right now.
He's doing more than popping, bro. He's killing the scene right now. Like, that guy just, I don't know how he's done it. Like, he's really making a name for not only himself, but the Western Sydney music scene, and especially people from my area, the Hills District. He's putting us all on the map, which can't be more thankful. A couple other bands, not so much hip hop. There's a band called Papaya Tree, which is one of my best friends, sorry. One of my mates, who I've been mates with for a long time. He's the singer of that band, and they're cool, like a little jazz rock outfit who perform around Sydney from time to time. Yeah. And they're really making heat for themselves at the moment. And another band that they introduced me to is Sagrada Familia, who are just coming up in the scene now.
Where are these guys from?
These guys are from here. They all study at the Conservatorium of Sydney, apparently. And they are like this crazy mix of jazz, hip-hop, funk, crazy. And the musicianship behind it is unbelievable. The rapper's got crazy flows, and they've got a beautiful female vocalist who has just this amazing voice. Like, unbelievable.
Where can we find, like, most of your work, man?
So most of my work is posted at the moment on SoundCloud. But I've got Apple Music streaming, Spotify streaming, Bandcamp if anyone wants to buy my shit. I've got all my music videos on YouTube and Facebook. I try to keep the central hub as Facebook, as anyone does, but I'm on Insta now as well. So Insta I'm trying to pop up, and that's only been going for a little while, but I'm trying to get that popped up. Mainly, I would say if anyone was to try find me, Facebook, Apple Music, Spotify, because Bradenton's, I've just put it on Spotify for a release.
That's where you can find it. Man, this food looks amazing. Are you ready for some rapid fire?
I'm keen for some rapid fire.
All right, man, let's go. Favorite superhero of all time?
Batman. Probably.
Favorite rapper of all time?
That's a fucking hard one, man. Maybe Kendrick.
Kendrick?
Maybe Kendrick. Kendrick's a good rapper. He's not like from my previous statements, people might expect me to say Tyler or Kanye, but I like them for the whole package, production and everything. Kendrick doesn't really produce so much of his own beats. He's just a straight fucking sick rapper, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's always on load.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, what's your favorite album of all time?
Oh, why would you do that to me, man? That's a hard one. That's a really hard one, bro.
This is supposed to be rapid fire, eh?
yeah, rapid fire. Look, for the sake of nothing else, I'm gonna say The Life of Pablo. I fucking love The Life of Pablo. That's a great album.
Yeah. Favorite rock band of all time? I'm hitting you with the hard one.
Metallica or Iron Maiden. Easy. Yeah, easy.
All right. If your house was on fire, what's the one thing that you leave with?
My family and my pets are out, right? My family and my pets are out.
Considering all things,
Probably my laptop. My laptop's got everything on it. Like, if I lose my laptop, I'm fucked.
Yeah, it's got all your beats.
It's got everything on it.
Yeah. All right. This is a random one. Would you rather have webbed feet or webbed hands?
Webbed feet. Webbed feet because one of my toes is webbed.
Legit?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh wow.
I'd pull it out. But it's nothing, bro.
This is a bit awkward.
Not all the way. It's not like this. It's like that.
What do you mean? Oh, like, yeah.
Just a little bit.
You gotta show me.
I'll show you one day. I'm not gonna show you on fucking camera.
What's your favorite color?
Black or pink.
Black or pink. All right. Last one. If you were stranded on an island, what's the one thing that you'll eat for the rest of your life?
The one thing that I eat
for the rest of your life, and it'll be like, that's it.
Japanese ramen or spaghetti bolognese. Easy. Japanese ramen is the Japanese version.
This spaghetti bolognese?
This specifically my spaghetti bolognese.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if anyone can do it better than me.
I'm super impressed, Johnny. You managed to kill this interview while cook at the same time.
Thank you so much, man.
This is the first episode of the Sound Down Under. We'll catch you soon.